Hi, I'm Susan of First Call, and I've been an IT trainer for nearly 30 years, predominantly in the Microsoft world. And I provide IT support for business founders who need a help setting up their IT and managing it through their business growth.
My presentation today is looking at 3 things you might not know about Microsoft 365. As you can imagine, it was very hard for me to decide on 3 things to show you, as I could provide this presentation 100 times over. However, I hope you find the following will be illuminating. The purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate 3 facilities that are available to you with a Microsoft 365 account. One feature available with an Outlook.com account, one feature available with a personal subscription, and one feature available with a business subscription. So let's start by understanding the different Microsoft accounts available. We all need a Microsoft account of some kind if we are going to be using Microsoft software. So this might be simply used to log into Teams if you were joining a meeting run by Teams. And with that, you also get some OneDrive storage. Another account that you can set up is an Outlook account, and this gives you an email address with whatever you want at the beginning or whatever is available at outlook.com. And this gives you email functionality via the Outlook online app, together with calendar and contacts. And then these will be available to you wherever you are on your mobile, tablet, laptop, and so on, all via the online apps. You will also have some OneDrive storage. As well as the online Outlook app, you also have access to the online versions of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, To Do, Forms, OneNote, and so on. Now, if those online apps are not sufficient for your needs and you want to purchase the applications to download onto your PC, you would need to purchase a personal or family subscription, and these would give you the Office applications to download to your PC. You would also have some OneDrive storage, and this would be up to 1 terabyte for each person in that subscription. If you have a business and you also want the desktop applications to download to your PC, then you might consider that a business subscription might give you some additional facilities for your business. And the facilities available are dependent on the subscription that you purchase. If you have a domain, such as I have the domain itfirstcall.co.uk, and you use this for your email, so I have Susan at itfirstcall.co.uk and accounts at itfirstcall.co.uk, then you might also like that email to be hosted by Microsoft, and that then gives you all the external calendar and contact features, as well as bookings, which is similar to Calendly. So now that we understand the different Microsoft accounts available, let's look at the 3 facilities I'm going to show you. Number 1, online applications. Did you know that all the Office apps are available with a Microsoft account via the internet using a browser? Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and so on are available to you for free. If you only use the basic features of Office, you might find that the online versions are sufficient for your needs. You can access these applications by logging on to office.com. Let me demonstrate this to you. I am using Microsoft Edge as my browser, but you can use any browser you like, Google Chrome, Firefox, and so on. I have opened up office.com and I have logged in with my personal account. So I have an outlook.com account and a family subscription, and I have logged on with that account. So this opens up the Microsoft 365 homepage. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see that I can access Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. So for example, if I want to create an Excel workbook, I can click on Excel. And for those of you who know Excel will see that this screen looks very similar to the desktop application of Excel. I want to create a new blank workbook. So I click on that icon and that opens up a new workbook. And you can see that the ribbon is very similar again to the desktop version of Excel. And I can create a spreadsheet in exactly the same way. You can see that the file is being saved into OneDrive, as this is the online version of Excel. If I click here, I can give the workbook a name. And again, you can see that it's saved into OneDrive. One of the benefits of saving files into OneDrive is you can use version history. So if you make a mess of your document, presentation, workbook, you can go back to a previous version. Or if you want to go back to a previous version that you forgot to save, again, you can retrieve that via the version history. I now will press enter to save that name, and you can see that's now displayed on the title bar. I'm now going to close Excel as I have finished with that workbook. I'm going to return back to the home page, and you can see that this gives you another method to create a new document, presentation, workbook, and so on. If I choose create underneath, again, another method to create a new document, presentation, and so on. And there are templates underneath that you can use. My content gives another method to access files stored in my OneDrive. And apps gives me access to other online apps not displayed on the left-hand side. For example, To-Do, which is an application I use for my personal to-do list and shopping lists and so on. Underneath Word, Excel and PowerPoint, there is the Outlook icon, which allows me to access my email via the online Outlook app. This is another method of accessing my OneDrive, accessing Teams. So if I'm attending a Teams meeting, I can do this via the online version of Teams. At the very bottom is an icon to access my OneNote. Number 2, I would like to show you the Personal Vault facility in OneDrive. This feature is available with a family or personal subscription. Here I'm viewing my OneDrive via a browser, and you can see that I've got various folders for storing documents, pictures, videos, and so on. But I've also got another folder called Personal Vault. And the difference with this folder is that there is extra security in order to access it. In order to open this folder, if I right-click on the folder and choose Unlock, I then need to enter my PIN. On my mobile, I use my fingerprint to open up the Personal Vault, or you could use a PIN. This folder is now unlocked, and I can click on it to view the contents. You can see that I store a variety of documents that I want to keep secure. I can create as many folders in here and store as many documents as I like into this vault, up to my 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage in total. This facility is available with a free account. However, you can only store up to 3 items. So if I go back to My Files, you will see that the Personal Vault is still open. This will remain open for 20 minutes because I'm on a PC. On a mobile, it will stay open for 3 minutes. However, if I want to lock it back up, I can right-click and choose Lock. So if I leave my PC open with that screen still available, then I know that my personal documents are secure. And finally, number 3. The last feature I'd like to show you is available with a business subscription, and this is Teams Phone. So as First Call, I have a business subscription, and with this, I pay for Teams Phone. I have a business phone number 01923 750 200, and this is set up to come through to my Microsoft Business account and to Teams. This means that I can make and answer calls on my PC using a Bluetooth headset and so on. I can record voicemail greetings, so I have a greeting when I'm in the office and a greeting when I'm out of the office. And I can forward my calls to another number, although I don't tend to use that as I use the Teams mobile app to answer and make calls, which enables me to keep my work calls separate from my personal calls. As I don't need to give out my mobile number to customers, they can reach me wherever I am because I can answer the calls on the Teams mobile app. So this is Teams logged in with my business account. And the features that you see on the left-hand side appear because I'm logged in with a business account. So it will look slightly different to your version if you're logging in with a personal account. However, the feature I want to show you is calls. The call screen shows you the number that is being received. So in my case, it's 01923 750 200. Above that is the dial pad where you can dial the number, or you can type in the name of the contact or the number at the top. In the centre is my calls history, and I can see calls that have come in and calls that I have made, and this enables me to ring back a caller. I can click on the three dots and I can add the number to a speed dial or add them as a contact. And if I wanted to, I can block a number. I can also filter the calls history by missed calls, incoming, and voicemail. And on the right-hand side are my list of speed dials that I have set up, enable me to quickly call these specific contacts. At the bottom left, I have the ability to forward a call either to voicemail or to another number, although I don't tend to use that. As I mentioned earlier, I use the Teams mobile app. That features really when you have staff and you want to forward your calls to a colleague. More settings enables me to set up how long a call is going to ring before it goes to voicemail. Configure voicemail enables me to record my greetings, and also I can specify the ringtones for when a call is received. So to recap, I have shown you three features of Microsoft 365. One, using Microsoft applications online, available with a Microsoft account and an Outlook.com account. Number two, using OneDrive's Personal Vault, available with a personal or family subscription. And number three, using Teams Phone, available with a business subscription. So back to me and First Call. We can help you to get the best out of your IT and present yourself professionally to clients. We can be at the end of the phone or email when a problem arises. Don't get frustrated. Let me help you. Monthly plans are available. You may also like to sign up to my newsletter to receive top tips on Microsoft 365 features, up-to-date news on what's new in Microsoft 365 and Windows 11, course suggestions for you and your staff, and exclusive updates on what's available via First Call. You can subscribe via itfirstcall.co.uk/subscribe. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation, and I hope you found it illuminating. Feel free to contact me if you have any further questions via susan@itfirstcall.co.uk.